All right, hey guys, welcome back to another Wingspan playthrough. So this playthrough is going to be a playthrough with all the difficulty modifiers set completely high. So this is the hard mode. This is the I talked about previously about doing playing some of these solo games at the hardest. So we're going to be doing that for Wingspan. I think this is going to be good coming off of Finspan, just because everybody's familiar with Wingspan. So the elements that we have turned on, we've got. There's a special card in here. What is it called? The Autobahn Society. So I think that's how you say it. Add this card for a greater challenge. So basically, we'll give the AI one of their. It'll give them what their card that like based on their goal is, and then it'll always have a cube. So that gets added to here. We also are going to be doing the horde mode. So when brown and white effects would involve another player, it gives tokens to the AI, which they'll in turn turn into eggs at the end of the game. So, and then obviously we're playing on like the hardest difficulty. So that's the Eagle Eye, which is going to make all their face down cards worth 5 points at the end of the game. And they also start with 5 nectar on their nectar collection card. So we're going to give them 5 nectar per one. So there's 5. Five, and 5. Okay, so I haven't figured out what their goal card will be. So their goal card will be a rare species lister. So eagle-eyed eagle. They're gonna be looking for birds worth 6, 7, or 8 victory points. They're gonna keep the lowest one of those. Just keep their goal card there. We have our end of round goals are birds in the forest. Birds with the whole nest type, eggs and whole nest type. And it's the number of eggs, I believe, right? Yeah, I think it is. Number of eggs in those nests. Invertebrates and the food cost. And then at the end, birds with eggs with the like group basket nest type. So we'll throw those in there. We'll draw our 5 cards. We'll draw our 2 goal cards. So we've got diet specialist birds with a food cost of 3 food. Birds that eat fish. Well, that eats fish and worms, so that's kind of nice. These all eat worms. Birds with a food cost of 3 food. Well, these ones will work. So maybe we do just go for that, because I think I'm not going to be focused on that. So diet specialist, we're going to go for that. So we do have some expensive stuff to start off with. We need birds in the forest. We need this nest type here. So I think these 2 are good options, but I do want birds in the forest. I think we take these, and I think we dump these 2. I think that's the best course of action. Okay. So our starting food will be that. Okay. So let's just jump into it here. I think we go with... First action here is going to be play a bird. We're going to spend our nectar, our wheat, and our invertebrate for the indigo bunting. When activated, gain 1 invertebrate or fruit from the bird feeder if one's available. Just help kind of get some food going. All right, let's go with the AI. They're going to take from the bird feeder the rodents, and they're going to add a cube to their goal. Okay, so our 2 birds are invertebrate, pretty heavy. So let's go ahead and go for that. So let's just take 2 nectar. And then this is going to let us take a fruit. And we're going to call it there. They're going to take a bird of their choice. There is one worth 6, so they are going to take that. Bird, not a bird of their choice, but a bird for their deal. That's their turn. Okay, so our European bee eater says reset the bird feeder. If you do, gain 1 invertebrate from the bird feeder after resetting it. And then we have the common Minya. It says copy the when activated ability of a bird in of a power of a bird in the deal. On the player on your left, so it'll have to be a display. Okay, I don't really love that. I do like this common blackbird, though, because it'll take up 2 spaces. Maybe we try to get that played. Okay, let's do that. Let's grab this common blackbird. And then we'll reset that. They're going to gain an egg. Okay, Let's now play a bird, and we're going to spend 2 nectar to play this European bee eater. We'll go with the AI. They're going to remove a cube. They're going to take a bird here that cost... They're going to remove these 2. No, I'm sorry. They're going to remove this one. It's worth 7, so they get that bird. Okay. I need to be cognizant of these nest types. So let's go here to lay some eggs. Boom, boom. We're going to reset the bird feeder, and if there is a worm in there, which there is, we'll gain this from the bird feeder. Okay. They're going to gain an egg and remove a cube, but they don't have a cube on there. Okay, I need another deal to play this guy out. So we're going to play out. We're going to take some things. We're going to take 2 nectar, and we're going to take a fruit. We've got 2 turns left this round. They're going to add a cube and take a bird here. There's no bird for them to take, so they're going to take a face-down bird. We're going to play a bird out, and we're going to spend 2 nectar. No, we're going to spend 1 nectar, the 2 fruit, to play out this common blackbird. It says when you play this bird, play it sideways so it covers 2 spaces, pay the lower egg cost. So we're going to pay the lower egg cost, which is just 1. They're going to take their cube away. They're going to sweep these, take a face down card. Oops. And then we're going to play out a bird on our last turn by spending an egg to play out this common Minya. Is that what I want to do? Maybe I don't want to do that. I'm actually going to use it for this instead. So I'm actually going to use the nectar and 1 fruit for that. I don't think I want to play that card, actually. Maybe we want to draw something. So yeah, let's draw, and we'll take this white-throated swift. Okay. They're going to take from the bird feeder. This is the last thing they can take. And then there is no pink effects for us to activate, so we're done with the round. So round is over. We have 2 birds in the forest. They have 0 birds in the forest. So they get 0. They get nothing. And then we get 4 points for that. We would discard our nectar. We have no nectar. Let's figure out what their nectar situation is. So they're going to add 1. They're going to take 1 from here, and they're going to add 1 to here. So I'll just move that over. And then next they're going to remove 1 from here and add 2 to the other 2. Okay. And then now we'll remove the after round 1 card. That's removed. We'll flip this around. We'll remove that goal card. Oh, no, we flipped this over, actually. So their next goal is going to be 3. Or they're going to have 3 by default. So we only have... And it's eggs in that nest type. So we only have 1 right now. So I've got to get some more eggs in here. And I've got to play out birds with that nest type. So, okay. Oh, that's their eggs. Sorry. All right. So let's go ahead and begin the next round. I like this bird there. I need some birds down here so I can get some drawing power, but I don't think it's working out all that well. So let's play a bird. We'll dump this. We'll play this white-throated swift. They're going to sweep these out and take a card. It's not really what I was hoping for, but it's fine. We're going to get some eggs. So we're going to place an egg on here, an egg on here. It says tuck a card from your hand behind this bird if you do lay an egg on any bird. So we're going to lay an egg on any bird. This lets us reset the bird feeder, and if we do, we can take a worm after resetting it. Okay. They're going to take a bird worth 7. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Okay. Maybe I grab some resources, and then I don't like any of those birds. But if I get that mallard, I'll get to draw some stuff. So maybe it's worth getting the mallard. So let's grab this mallard here. We'll go ahead and take it. They are going to remove a cube, but they don't have a cube to remove and get 2 eggs. We're going to spend, we're going to play this mallard here by spending that. Oh, I should have gotten nectar. Hold on, let me get nectar first. We'll go here and take 2 nectar. And then we'll gain, oh, you know what? That's fine. I can't take it anyway. Okay, that's it. Okay. They're going to take from here the rodents, and then we'd activate pink effects, but we have no pink effects to activate. Now we'll play this mallard here. They're going to take their turn. They're going to add a cube and take a card. They're going to take this one, which is the one that I kind of wanted. But that is okay. We're going to go here. We're going to draw this card up. When activated, all players may lay 1 egg on any bird. Ooh, that would be giving them an egg. That's giving them 3 tokens, which is an egg ultimately. Maybe we'll take this. And let's take a card from the top. Okay. That's fine. Oh, and then we get to draw another card. When I would take a card from the top, and that would have been that one, and then that refills. Okay. All right. We've got 1 action left this round. They're going to add a cube and take the last thing from here. And then as our final action this round, we're going to play a bird out. And we're going to play out... Can I get these both played? I don't think I can. Choose any one player, including yourself, to cash 1 from the supply on this bird for each... Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to activate this carrion crow. Asian coal, it says when another player lays eggs, you can lay 1 egg on another bird with that nest type. You may go 3 over its egg limit using this power. Or this lets me play a second bird, but I don't have the resources to play that second bird. But I do want to play a bird because I've got nectar I don't want to lose. Or is it more important to lose the nectar but make sure I get the egg? So maybe that's what I do. Let's do that. We'll do the egg. So I'm going to discard this carrion to lay an extra egg. Oh no, not the bird. I'm not going to discard that. I'll discard the nectar. So I'm going to lose it anyway to lay the extra egg. We're going to lay an egg on that bird. On that bird. And on this bird. Then we can tuck a card to lay an egg from our hand. We can tuck a card. We're going to tuck this to lay an egg on any bird. Then we're going to reset the bird feeder. And we can take an invertebrate, but we don't have one to take. Okay. And then they're going to take their last turn this round. They're going to get 2 eggs, but remove a cube. Okay, we might have actually won this round here, too. Okay. They're going to remove that nectar. And then on this one, they're going to add a nectar. All right. So they have by default 2 eggs, or 1 egg by default plus another egg in, I'm sorry, 3 eggs plus another egg in this nest. So it's 4 total. We have 5, so we do beat them on that. Because we have 2 here and 3 here. Take these back. We will reset this. Get rid of that. The next goal is food invertebrates and cost for our food. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we already have 5. They have 5. So we need to get these played. Okay, let's remove their end of round 2 card. Okay. Okay, we'll flip this here. And we're going to start our turn. Whoops. Doesn't really matter because we're not beating them on the nectar. Like, it's going to be crazy. So we're going to draw 2 cards here. I'm going to take these 2. I could take another card. Let's just take this one while we're at it. And then we'll end our turn. They're going to take a card. Okay, so how can we get these played? This is a lot of stuff. We can get it played out. So let's get some resources. We'll take 2 nectar. we'll take a fruit from here. Move that down. They're going to take, there's no bird for them to take because they need to be 6, 7, or 8, but they are going to add a cube, and they're going to take this. So we got a couple options here. So first off, we need birds with worms in their food costs. That's not going to be a problem. We can play a second bird in our prairie area, so that could be these two. Can I get the effect of this? I really can't, so I don't think I want to do that. So we can get this guy out. This will let us draw a new bonus card, then draw 3 cards and keep one of them. 3 regular cards, keep one of them. That could be good. This lets us discard a card from our hand to lay an egg on this bird. Gain a worm. Gain all the worm from a bird feeder when activated, which also could be very, very good. And I'm kind of leaning towards these two because they cost 3, and I need it for my diet specialist. So I think we'll get out the black-tailed godwit. Let's do that. So it's going to be 2 of these and a worm. And then we're going to draw a bonus card. So backyard birder, birds worth 4 points or less. Less than 4 points. So we've got 1, 2, 3 so far. So it's already, we need to get some more. And then we can draw 3 cards and keep one of them. Copy a when played ability on one of your neighbor's birds. So that'd have to be from the display. Ooh. I think... So I'm torn here. To get the... maybe we go for the... I think we'll take the Rosy Starling. Okay. They're going to take a bird from the display, but they don't have one to take because of the points. So they're going to take that. Okay. We need to get out... We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to get out some more. So let's try to get some more resources. I'm going to take this rodent, and then we're going to reset the feeder. We will take this. No, we'll take this to get the nectar. Do I want to discard a card for another one? I think I do. I think we'll discard this to take another nectar. And then we'll take the fruit from... No, we'll take the worm from this one. There we go. Okay. Then I probably want to use my next 2 turns to get some birds out. I think I can. Okay, so they won't take anything from the display. That gets added there. They currently have 8, and we have 6. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this one by spending an egg. We're going to spend, if I do this mountain bluebird, I can play a second bird in the habitat, which could be this one. So we're going to spend a fish. Not sorry, a fish. We're going to spend the nectar, not the nectar, the cherries and the invertebrates for the mountain bluebird. Play a second bird in this row, pay its normal cost, which would be the 2 eggs to pay its cost, plus the 2 nectar for the grain and the invertebrate, and then the fruit for the last one. Its effect is tuck 3 cards from your hand behind this card. If you tuck at least 1 card, gain 1 invertebrate from the supply. Okay. They're going to take from here this. We'd activate pink effects, but there are no pink effects to activate. We'll get this nectar. Then we'll reroll. We'll take another nectar. We'll go down here and we'll take this for that. They're going to take from the display this one, and then pink effects would activate, and then finally we'll play a bird. We're going to play a bird here, spend 2 eggs, 2 nectar, and that to play out this black woodpecker. So when activated, gain all of the worms from the display or from the bird feeder. And then they flip 2 eggs in a cube. Okay, and then we go to the end of the round. So end of round, they have 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've tied. Because they have 5 by default plus the 4 cubes. So they have 9. Yeah, okay. Get these back. Let's do their nectar here. So these get removed. And then That gets removed, and then these get added back. Okay, so we got our cubes back. We'll remove the from round 3 card. Where is it? There it is. Okay, reset the display. And then we're looking for, so for the AI, they're going to have 3 by default. So we need to get eggs in here and here. And I guess I got to get this guy played out and get eggs in him too. So to do that, we're going to need to take a turn to get resources and a turn to, and then a turn to play, and then we'll do, the rest of the turns will be to lay eggs. Okay, so let's go here. We'll reset the whole bird feeder. We'll take a nectar. Take all of, gain all the worms from the bird feeder. And then I could take this from the bird feeder for the fruit. They sweep this, they add a cube, and take a card, and then we'll flip these back over. We'll play a bird from here, spending this nectar like that. They're going to remove a cube and get a face down card and remove these. Let's run some eggs. We'll spend a rodent to get 4 eggs. So egg. Oh, we need to do egg here, egg here, egg here, egg here. Tuck a card, I don't have a card to tuck. Tuck a card, I don't have a card to tuck. Reset the bird feeder. And then gain an invertebrate after resetting. They're going to remove a cube and get 3 eggs. Again, we'll dump a resource and get 4 eggs. Boom, 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 boom. Can't do those effects. Reset the bird feeder. And then if you do gain an invertebrate, they're going to take from the display this card because it's worth 6, 7, or 8 points. That one's worth 9, so I'm not going to get that one. And then we activate, oh, that's it. And then we're going to do our last turn by running the eggs again for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom. Reset the bird feeder. And then we'll take an invertebrate from there. Call it that. And then they're going to add a cube. They're going to get 3 eggs. And that is going to be the game. So, end of round, they count 4, and we have 3, so they win that one. They have 3 by default, plus the 1 from the cube. We only have 3, so they have 4 beats us. We have no end of... Oh, let's do their nectar real quick, too. Oh, I didn't shuffle these back in. Whoops, I didn't shuffle those back in. Oh, well. So we'll add a nectar to all of those. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I think they beat us on nectar because I've got 5, 4, and 4, and they have 6, 6, and 7. So they beat us on nectar. So let's count up the victory points. I know I didn't do that last part a little bit right, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so victory point time. Let's take a look at, let's see what they got first, and then we'll go from there. So face down cards for them count for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got these flipped around. 7, 8, 9. So that's 45 points. Face up birds, 6. Oh dear. That's 20, 32. Oh dear. End of round goals, they got 0, 2. We shared that one. So this is 2, 5, 12. Eggs. Whoops. 5, 10, 14. Nectar, they got all that, so that's 15 points. And then we're not doing duet. So they end up with 118. Not that bad. I think that might be somewhat reasonable. Okay, so for us, birds, 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, 23, 26, 0, 32, 36. Bonus cards, so birds with a food cost of 3 food. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us 6 points. Birds worth less than 4 points. So 1, 2, 3, which gets us 3 points. So that's 9 points for our bonus. No, I'm sorry, we didn't get that. That needs to be 5 to 6 birds. So we only got the 6 points for that. End of round goals 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. Yes. Eggs 5, 10, 12. Tucked food on cards 0. Tucked cards 2. Nectar is going to be 2 points for each one, so 6. And we got 78, so we got kind of mollywopped. Okay, well, that... yeah, so I think the hard part here, and I think the biggest thing here is because I usually play on like the medium difficulty, and I also use this particular goal wasn't too bad because they got a lot of 5 points instead of a bunch of 6 and 7s, although they still got a hefty amount of points from these. Had they got another goal card, it could have been different. I usually play with a goal card, like a player goal card, because they can achieve some of these. So I do like playing with that just because it's random. I think the nectar can usually be a like 12-9 situation. Like I can win one of the 3 when playing solo, but like you've got that 9-point deficit instead of a 3-point deficit by basically you're not going to catch up on the nectar unless you go really hard in one, and then yeah, so you're not going to really catch up on the nectar. So you kind of have to forego that, and then they're going to score 5. I mean, I think because if you know we had 9, so there's basically 9 extra points from difficulties on this, and then depending on the goal card, they wouldn't have gotten these hefty cards. So I think that's the challenging part. Plus, this card is just tough because it's always going to like this card is tough. In this game, it wasn't as tough because for the adding the cubes is more of a pain than anything because then you're losing out on the round goal. But in terms of the nectar, it's not going to matter because they're not going to win that anyway. And then this could have gone either way depending on the birds in display. So this is really netting them 5 points if it comes up during the round, because there are not a lot of birds that are 6, 7, and 8 that came up. So I don't know. Well, I don't know what I could have done better. I think some of my moves are definitely suboptimal. I think, and maybe just a matter of playing more. Maybe these goal cards aren't worth it. Like maybe it's better to focus on the round goals, because like I only got 6 points from this. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of like what the priority should have been. And I didn't get a lot of points here. So I think that was a big thing too. Is 36 points here, which wasn't just was the ones on a ton. So I don't know. I think I just pulled myself in a lot of directions, and I think if I focus on these, because I felt good about the like resource engine, and I got to a point where like this was doing well, but it took a while. I don't know what can have done better. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, that's Wingspan on the hard mode. I'm good on medium typically, so that's where I like to sit. It's enough of a challenge for me. It goes either way. But let me know how you guys play Wingspan, on what difficulty you play on, and that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.